I said it here yesterday that if Gideon Moi does not present his papers to IBC at Kabartonjo grounds before end of day, then we can all conclude that the rumors that he's dropped out of the race are true. And guess what? He failed to deliver his papers. Instead of showing up at Kabartonjo, Gideon was photographed at Statehouse, as you can see in these images. In case you're wondering where the duo was coming from and where they were headed, those pictures were taken after a private meeting between the two leaders, and their destination was a round table meeting where we saw Gideon Moi receive a seat of honor amongst the other guests. Just have a look at this image and take note of the position Gideon sat at the table. Now in this video, I want us to look into what this new alliance between Gideon Moi and Ruto means moving forward. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, this new KANU and UDA alliance means that Ruto has successfully captured all the dynasties, as you can see in this image. Starting from the left, Mudavadi was captured a long time ago. Gideon Moi, who's giving his speech, was captured a long time ago. Uhuru Kenyatta does not really look committed to the opposition that much. I would also say he is semi-captured. Raila Odinga alipumbazwa na pesa ya AU and eventually they captured him properly. Moses Masika Wetangula on the far right is also captured, currently the Speaker of the National Assembly. The only two people in this picture who the president has not been able to manipulate and tempt with trinkets is Kalonzo Musyoka, who has his own ambitions to lead the House in the Hill, and we also have Charity Ngilu, who has decided to stand firm in the opposition where she was. Imagine, a woman has better political bearings than all these men, with the exception of Kalonzo. Number two, the Standard Media Group, which has been very good at calling out Kenya Kwanza's mischief, will now stand down and call off all its attacks. We already saw the KANU circular yesterday advocating for the same, and now we are seeing other media houses taking a jibe at Standard. For instance, have a look at this mockery from the Nation Media Group towards SMG, and I quote, "In this image, you can see Ruto and Gideon walking. Now, take note of the information at the bottom. Ruto, Gideon, Moi meet and strike deals amid some deadlocks." And then it says, Ruto captures Moi. A new standard? ? That's excellent wordplay. A new standard. Gideon Moi owns the Standard newspaper. Now, of course, I know many are wondering, why would Gideon make such a disastrous move that obviously affects the cash flow and profitability of the Standard Media Group? And the answer is simple. He doesn't care because he knows that the greatest and single most reliable purchaser of advertising slots is none other than the national government. Which is why back then you could hear the former CS of Public Service, Awan Moses Kuria, flexing his muscles by ordering government not to advertise via Nation Media Group, because at the time they were giving them hell and bad press, so he decided to hurt their business. In fact, here's the tip.
Na nimaliza nyinyi watu wa media kusema, Nation Media muamue kama nyinyi ni gazeti ama broadcasting house ama media house ama ni chama cha upinzani. Na mimi nimesema kutoka kesho, kutoka leo hata sio kesho, idara yote ya serikali nitaona imeweka advertisement kwa Nation Media. Ujihesabu kwa nyumbani.
So now, we might start seeing the national government taking up more advertising space in the Standard. It's win-win. More business for Gideon Moi and more good press for Ruto. In fact, all media houses have covered this Gideon Moi story except Standard. How crazy, right? Just have a look at their cover page. So you can see they're talking about university crisis, missed lecturers, cancelled graduations, and mounting costs. The pain of lecturers strike now, and so on and so forth. Mambo ya lecturer. Wengine mambo ya mortgage, tutaki nyumba binguni. Wengine tumechoka na Lexus, sasa tunataka Lexus. Where is the story about Gideon? It's the breaking news. But as you know, it's not ethical to discuss your boss, sababu huwezi jua kazi itakatika lini. It's the same way no matter what SK Macharia does. Even if he was to shoot somebody on Moi Avenue, I doubt we'll see that story on Citizen TV. Na mwenye ataenda kubreak hiyo story, kesho atafungua YouTube channel. Now let's see what Kenyans on X had to say about this, and I quote, Gabriel Oguda said, news headlines at 9 p.m, Citizen TV, Ruto bags Gideon Moi, NTV, Ruto captures Moi, KTN News, Ruben Amorim given 3 more years at Old Trafford. Clearly they're deflecting from the story of the day. Edgar said, if William Ruto can financially influence Gideon Moi, who comes from one of the wealthiest families, to step down from the Baringo senatorial race, do you really think Okiya Omtata, David Maraga, or even Fred Matiang'i would be able to stand their ground when a call comes from Statehouse? Hapo kwa hiyo list umetaja, it's just one person who I don't trust. Sitamwongelea sana, sitaki watu watu wanikasirikie, wamekuwa wakinikasirikia siku mingi. Senator Karungo Athango said, I honestly don't understand why people are shocked that Gideon Moi dropped from the senatorial race. How do you drop from a race you were never really in? His supporters should borrow a page from Gatundu South 2014 by-election. Remember when Uhuru persuaded their favorite candidate to step aside for Moses Kuria? The people didn't just sit quietly, they revolted. They rallied behind another candidate. Though of course the system did what it does best, rigged her out. Moral of the story, when your leaders keep ghosting before the race even starts, maybe it's time the people do the running with their candidate other than the government's candidate. And finally, Honorable Caleb Amisi said, people of Baringo, you can still exercise your frustration by rallying behind an independent candidate and win against government-sponsored candidates. You shall be respected forever. Kenya needs a renaissance. But what say you guys? Do drop me your comments in the comment section below and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And with that is today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.